Hi guys, and welcome to 4K channel. Here I have a large banknote from France from late 1700s called Assignats. So Assignats are basically paper money of French Revolution and also a disastrous example of first attempt at paper money. These were issued starting in 1789 during French Revolution by the revolutionary government in order to tackle this huge national debt of around 5 billion pounds or livres, which was created by the French monarchy. So they came up with a plan. They seized all the land and property in France, which was owned by the Catholic Church or the Vatican, and decided to sell it off. So the scheme was, in order to purchase this property, the French people would have to first buy these assignats with silver and gold coins. And these assignats were basically issued as interest-bearing bonds. And once the purchase was complete, these assignats would be burnt off. So it was a hugely popular scheme. French government would get silver and gold coins in return for selling off land. And basically this would help them settle the debt and keep the war going. So it didn't take very long for the government to realize what a great scheme it was. And in few months later, they basically changed the scheme. These assignats were no longer an interest-bearing bond, but now they were converted into a legal tender, but still backed by the land. And the government got greedy and started to abuse the system and started overprinting these assignats such that there were more assignats in circulation than actual land. So these assignats started to devaluate, depreciate, basically losing its value. They started printing larger and larger denomination, which led to hyperinflation. And by 1795, these assignats were basically worthless. They were worth less than 1% of their face value. In 1795, they stopped printing these assignats, and by 1796, people were starting to burn this worthless piece of money, and it led to this spectacular financial chaos and failure of the monetary system. A little bit more history. By 1792, September of 1792, the French monarch Louis XVI was overthrown and executed, and the first French Republic was established, which lasted only 6 years until 1799, when Napoleon seized power, and basically he made paper money illegal and replaced paper money with silver coins. So that's a little bit of history about assignats. So let's take a look at this first example. So all of these assignats are monoface, meaning they're only printed on one side, and they may have these embossed seals. This one has 2 embossed seals. Show you the back of the note. You can actually see the embossed seals really well. So this is a smaller denomination of 10 sous or sols, issued in January 1792. This was part of the first issue, and it was issued by Domaines Nationaux, or the National Assembly, and signed by Guyon. This is pick number A53. On either side, along the border, we have what's called fasces, which is basically a bunch of rods bounded by leather thongs, and basically these are Roman symbol of power and authority. In the bottom center, we have two allegorical figures. One is holding a laurel wreath, the other one is holding a laurel branch, and together they're holding a pole with a Phrygian or liberty cap, which basically symbolizes freedom. And then we have this denomination 10S in this triangle. We have this inscription on the left, which reads, "Law punishes counterfeiters by death." And we have this inscription on the right, which reads, "Nation rewards the informers." And there's a error Assignat where this left-hand side inscription is also repeated on the right. And that error Assignat is worth a lot of money. Now, these embossed seals, I have uploaded high resolution images, so do take a look. I'm going to try to describe to you what's on these seals. So on the left hand side seal, we have a allegorical figure representing genius who's engraving the word Constitution on the tablet of law. And there's some inscription around the border which reads reign of law. Also on the bottom here we have 4th year of liberty. This right hand seal is the royal seal with the bust of King Louis XVI, who was the king from 1774 till 1792 until he was beheaded and the First French Republic was established. Now, once the French Republic was established, there were a couple of variants of this note which have the word Republic printed here, and those were either issued in October of 1792 or May of 1793, and they have different pick numbers. Now I want to show you the watermark. So the watermark is the word La Nation in a circle, and on either side, I don't know how well you can see it, is the denomination 10S or the Roman numeral 10S. So let's take a look at this larger Assignat. It's issued in a larger denomination of 50 pounds or 50 livres. So this was issued in December 1792. So by this time, King Louis was beheaded and the First French Republic was established. So we have the word République Française written here. This particular Assignat comes in many signature varieties. I believe there's about 54 different signatures. Mine is signed by Millet. We have a serial number on the top right here. In the center here we have this seated allegorical figure representing liberty. In her outstretched right hand, she's holding a laurel wreath, and with her left hand, she's holding the spade. And next to her is a Gallic or Wallonian rooster who represents vigilance or wakefulness. And on this pedestal, on either side, we have those same fasces, which is basically these bundled rods with axes, basically a Roman symbol of power and authority. And in the center we have the same Phrygian cap, or the liberty cap. And on the bottom here we have the word liberty and equality. The same serial number is written out here. We have these Greek style design on the borders. We have anti-counterfeiting text on either side. So by now, since we have French Republic, all signs and symbols of French royalty have been removed. I want to show you the watermark. So watermark states liberty and equality on the top, and Nation Française on the bottom. And this is all encased by the stylized Greek border. I hope you can see that. So again, this is a monoface note with nothing printed on the back. A beautiful example of a spectacularly failed currency. So I hope you enjoyed this video. As always, keep collecting.